Yippee-ki-yay movie lovers, I'm Jan, and in this video we're taking a deep dive into Army of the Dead's twist ending, the alien origins of the undead, secret cyborg zombies, and a second mind-bending twist you might have missed. Many thanks to State of Survival for sponsoring this video. Spoilers ahead, so take care. Army of the Dead kicks off with a high-octane sequence that reveals how the zombie apocalypse started.
Gatekeeper, this is Mothership. The four horsemen are on the gallop. You are a go to open the stable door.
This Mothership mention is the first tease among many that Zack Snyder deliberately wanted to make to the extraterrestrial origins of the zombies. There's also the fact that the payload the convoy's transporting is exiting Area 51, the classified US Air Force facility in Nevada that's routinely associated with UFO conspiracy theories in both pop culture and real life. Playing on this, two bright white orbs can be seen in the sky, and they zoom off in the direction of the convoy as the journey begins.
Alright, I'll say it. It's an alien.
The alien origins of this apocalypse may also be a nod to George Romero's 1968 genre-defining Night of the Living Dead. In that film, scientists theorized that the zombie outbreak could have been caused when NASA shot down an Explorer satellite to Venus that upon its return to Earth was found to be carrying an unusually high level of radiation. The otherworldly nature of Army of the Dead zombies is also hinted at in the name of the hotel where they take refuge in Vegas, the Olympus, a reference to Mount Olympus which in Greek mythology was considered a heavenly threshold and the seat of the gods. And they're all led by the original Alpha who created them, Zeus, named after the statue of the king of the gods whose statue he sees when he arrives in Vegas. The film's official press notes reveal that Zeus's backstory is depicted on the side of the Olympus Hotel. The circular object in the middle with light emanating from it, with men and animals looking on, may be hinting at the arrival of a UFO on Earth that has unleashed some kind of zombie virus. Alternately, it might be pointing to secret government experiments on aliens or alien matter with the intention of creating a new type of warrior. After all, we do know that Martin's secret mission was to capture a zombie head for his boss Tanaka, who was in turn covertly working with the US military. Snyder has talked about giving the zombies a kind of higher consciousness than we normally see, and then getting the audience to feel sympathy with or connect to the zombies, which is why he has scenes where they nuzzle each other to reaffirm their emotional bonds. On top of that, we see these zombies communicating with each other and, like humans, they have a social hierarchy, with distinctions between alphas and shamblers. They even have rules and norms that people like Lily the Coyote have been able to learn, which is why she offers up the abusive Burt as a sacrifice to them in return for a limited amount of freedom to move around the city.
They're smarter, they're faster, they're organized. They won't mind us poking around so long as we play by their rules.
Also next to the human hybrid figure in the picture is what looks like a woman in some kind of luminescent bubble. I wonder whether this is referencing Zeus's zombie queen and the moment of her baby's conception, perhaps even an allusion to it being some kind of religious or spiritual experience, such as the Virgin Mary's visitation by the Holy Spirit. This ability for zombies to become pregnant similar to humans is intriguing, and Snyder says he had the idea from the beginning that these zombies were going to embody an evolution on their way to becoming something else, not stagnant like the zombies we're used to. By the way, Snyder also touched on the theme of zombie babies in his first undead flick, Dawn of the Dead, although he said that the two films aren't connected, and of course the zombie baby in that movie was conceived when its parents were both still humans, unlike this latest film. Snyder's also said that the ambiguity surrounding the zombie origins in Army of the Dead will be explored further in the upcoming Netflix animated prequel series Lost Vegas, in which he teases that we'll get to see zombies in space. Another zombie detail that you might have missed, as you can only see them at very brief moments in the movie, is the existence of what appear to be robot or cyborg zombies. The clearest example you'll see comes when the team are fighting their way through the casino floor, and Raúl shoots a zombie in the head, revealing a glowing blue eye and metal skull underneath. You can also see another zombie with two glowing blue eyes in the crowd at the Olympus as Zeus enters with the corpse of his zombie queen. Snyder has said this is supposed to hint at two possibilities. First, that the government could have placed them among the zombies to monitor them, or second, that they're technology from another world. Although Zeus and all the zombies he created are wiped out when the government nukes Vegas, the twist at the end is that one of his bite victims, Vanderohe, did survive thanks to being enclosed inside the exceptionally strong safe underground when the nuclear bomb went off. With Vanderohe discovering he's infected just as he's about to touch down in Mexico City, the zombie outbreak looks set to spread to Mexico and likely beyond. However, Vanderohe's fate was predicted in a subtle way right from the beginning, and I'm going to dive deep into that, plus explain the mind-bending second twist you might have missed, right after thanking this video's sponsor, State of Survival. State of Survival is a zombie-themed survival strategy game available completely free to download on both iOS and Android, and thanks to an awesome new crossover event with AMC's The Walking Dead, you can now play the game as Daryl Dixon. The game is set in the aftermath of a deadly disaster, where you can form alliances with other players or build and grow your own settlement solo to defend yourself against the zombie hordes. You'll need to build up your skills in the game and recruit other heroes so you can go up against the evil company Gigacorp, which unleashed the zombie catastrophe on the world. The game has tons of rewards for dedicated players and some great events like Oasis Guess, a daily quiz about The Walking Dead and State of Survival, where you can win prizes including Amazon gift cards. Walking Dead fans will also love the TWD Easter eggs hidden in every corner of the game, and you can collect these by completing different tasks or exchanging them with friends. The game is full of many cool twists and turns and features multiple game modes, so you'll never get bored. For a limited time, you can grab a completely free starter pack by using my creator code FLIXSOS. So download State of Survival for free via the link below and use code FLIXSOS for an awesome set of starter rewards. Okay, so the clue that Vanderohe would become the last zombie survivor of the Vegas outbreak was signalled via the Omega symbol on his chest, which likely has several meanings. First of all, given he's a philosophy graduate, Vanderohe may be a member of the Omega Sci-Fi fraternity, who are known to sometimes mark their skin with the Omega symbol. Omega is also the last letter in the Greek alphabet, and given the abundance of Grecian references in the movie, it's a pointer to Vanderohe ending up as the final zombie who survives this story. Zeus was of course the first alpha zombie, and alpha is the first letter in the Greek alphabet, and in the apocalyptic Book of Revelation, the term Alpha and Omega is also used as a title for God. In addition to symbolising endings, Omega can also symbolise a great step forward, a hint perhaps that the zombie Vanderohe will turn into could be an even stronger or more advanced creation than Zeus. After all, despite the protection from the safe, it's possible some radiation from the atomic bomb leaked in and affected the way the zombie bite infected him. And is that what he was hinting at when he quoted Joseph Campbell?
It is by going down into the abyss where we recover the treasures of life. Where you stumble, there lies your treasure. To the ironic twist of the unknown.
Any weird atomic-related powers Vanderohe might have gained could also be a possible explanation for how he managed to survive any ill effects from the bite for so long that he was able to walk out of Vegas, drive to Utah, and charter a private plane, all before turning into a zombie. The Garret Dillahunt safe may also be the source of a secret second twist in the movie. First of all, its name is significant, because it's not only the last cycle in Wagner's epic opera, but it's also the German translation of the Old Norse phrase Ragnarok, aka the twilight of the gods. In Norse mythology, Ragnarok is a cataclysmic event leading to the death of many gods and the renewal of the earth.
If I can open it, it will be either destruction or renewal.
Death or rebirth. That's heavy, brother. But I dig it.
That line from Dieter foreshadows his death at the hands of Zeus and his zombies when he closes the vault's door on Vanderohe, who, by contrast, will be figuratively reborn when he emerges. And when Scott and Maria visit Dieter to ask him whether he'll be able to crack the safe, his answer reveals a clue to a potential second twist in the movie.
It's a doorway to another realm, my friends. And Providence has brought you to me. We'll go through it together.
That line may explain a puzzling moment later outside the vault, when Dieter discovers the remains of another team.
There's another team of grave robbers.
Is it another team or is it us, Dieter? I mean, look at them. It's us. It could be us in another timeline. And we're caught in some infinite loop of fighting and dying, fighting and dying, fighting and dying. And Tanaka, puppet master, devil, god, and we, you, me, Goose, and the rest of the team, simply pawns in some perverse play where we're destined to repeat our failures. And finally, in some mind-bending, ironic reveal, it all begins again.
If you look closely at the skeletons, they really do seem to be wearing the same items the current crew have been wearing throughout the mission. There's Scott's red bandana, Maria's key and necklace, and the colourful shirt and metal chains that Peters wears. What's even more strange is that in this movie, Maria is the only one of those three who dies in the area by the vault. Scott and Peters both die after the helicopter crashes outside Vegas. It's a very uncanny moment when you consider what Vanderohe says about a timeline loop. However, Dieter's earlier reference of the vault being like a doorway to another realm makes me think a potential explanation is that when Vanderohe emerges from the safe in the rubble in Vegas, the atomic blast has somehow made him turn up in an alternate timeline. It's pretty crazy, but with the placement of these skeletons and Vanderohe's weird time loop monologue, the movie seems to want to suggest that there could be some strange timeline shenanigans going on. And it might not be a complete coincidence that it was inside the vault where Snyder decided to include a Justice League Snyder Cut Easter egg. The canisters on the shelf to the left of the safe's door hold the actual reels of footage that Snyder filmed for Justice League, and, spoiler alert, in Snyder's version of that movie, the Flash uses time reversal as a crucial plot point to reverse Darkseid's Mother Box apocalypse. So could Snyder be using the vault as a kind of magical plot device to create multiple timelines in an Army of the Dead multiverse? Of course, Vanderohe's mention of an infinite loop of fighting and dying may be hyperbole on his part, given he studied philosophy, and more of a foreshadowing of how his own survival and infection means that although the nuke should have ended the apocalypse for good, the zombie plague will carry on. That doesn't explain, though, where the skeletons with the crew's clothing came from, unless that's some elaborate ruse by Tanaka, for example, given he'd apparently already sent teams into the city before, and given the fact he also withheld the real purpose of the mission. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So what did you think of Army of the Dead? And if you enjoyed this, a thumbs up and a share are hugely appreciated. Coming up will be videos on Lucifer, Cruella and The Conjuring 3, so tap left for my next video or tap right for something else you're sure to like. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Yippee-ki-yay, movie lovers!